family and just being installed to it at a young age, not doing anything halfway, and putting your full heart into it, and just not quitting on yourself. I got a little brother, so I'm never gonna show any quit because that's the day he says he wins. So that helps, but just being grateful for the opportunity and giving it my all and competing with my full heart. And I think that's where the mental aspect comes from. Just staying true to myself. Like I said, coming from a young age, just sorry, I'm getting distracted. My teammates wrestling. But yeah, it's just doing everything every day to your full extent, and all the little things add up.
From Caleb Mike Finn from Wynn. You're from the state of Georgia, isn't that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Talk to me of the impact what this will have in your state's wrestlers, your kids, the kids that come out of that state. If you win, excuse me.
When I win. But I think it'll just show that anything's possible. And from the state of Georgia, I feel like the past 2 years I've been repeating myself, but we used to be slept on, but now I feel like we've got a little more eyes from all ages, and just to show that it could be done, like get the state or the North mentality out of your head, and just it's about what you do and the work you put in. And yeah, I hope I can be a role model and show them that anything's possible with hard work.
Let's go in here in the second row in the middle.
Caleb, congrats, man. I don't think we've talked since after state a couple of years ago, but just want to say you are the first Georgia State finalist since 1983. Cody Parker, Georgia grappler, by the way. Just want to talk about that. I think Charlie Hurd was the last one, three-time All-American, Olympic alternate, I believe, but just an amazing accomplishment for you. So I wanted to see how you're feeling about that, and you're doing a great job for the state of Georgia. I'm super proud of you. You're awesome what you're doing.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't know it's been that long, and that's kind of the thing I was answering earlier, is getting that mentality of Georgia this, Georgia that. It's Caleb Henson's in the finals, and I love to rep Georgia, but it's just, again, it's cool, I guess, to be from a southern state, but again, I don't think of it like that. I think of it as it's cool because of all the hard work I've put in, and yeah, it's fascinating. I guess 1983, you said?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, and hopefully I can be the first champ. I'm racing with my boy Jackson Smith, and we've been talking for multiple years about it, but sadly he didn't accomplish his goals. But hopefully I can win that competition tomorrow.
Yeah, that was kind of leading on to my next question. I know Jackson will bounce back strongly. How does it feel to be with a high school teammate to compete in the national tournament 2 years in a row now? I mean, just you don't see that often in Georgia. I think probably Sean Russell and Ryan Milhoff are the last two to be on the same team and compete. Again, just awesome representation, and proud of how you're competing.
Thank you. But yeah, competing with Jackson's dope. We've stayed pretty close, and that's my boy. And got a lot of other boys that'll be here eventually, and we'll have a lot of Georgia names competing in this tournament soon.
Okay, we're going to go over to the left.
Ryan Holmes, Intermat. So, Caleb, you've had a grind of a season, and you've been ultra dynamic, scoring a lot of points. In this match, it only took 1 point to get it done. How did you stay focused up against a guy that you knew you were going to need to score plenty of points against because he was going to keep coming?
Yeah, it's a little weird for me. I consider myself offensive, and a guy like that who's very savvy defensively, you have to maybe reconstruct your game plan a little bit and stay mentally tough and make it harder on him and not wrestle the positions he's excellent at. And yeah, just staying focused, allowing him to make the mistakes. And yeah, 1-0 is a weird match for me. I don't feel that a lot. I don't see that a lot. But there's a lot of action, I felt like, which kept me engaged. But I can't just stand there in front. So as long as we're exchanging blows, I can stay focused. And that's not for anyone to game plan for me out there. I'm gonna come at you. But yeah, it's just from my, again, hard work putting in. I know I can stay focused. It's 7 minutes. I do extra workouts for 7 minutes for that reason. For that time period, I am absolutely locked and dialed, and I can say that's from my training.
We're over here on the left.
So follow-up question for you. In the ACC finals, you took a loss.
Yep.
And it wasn't really because you feel like you gave up a takedown. It was very controversial. How did you bounce back from that and make sure that you essentially kept the referee out of another one of your matches this weekend?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I've already, win or losses don't affect my life to an extreme standard. I want to win every single match, but just being blessed and realizing how cool it is to compete, what God allows me to do. It's allowed me to have victory with myself every day. So that loss was just, it sucked in that moment, but getting on the bus with my boys, going back to my house in Blacksburg, getting back on the mat the next day, realized how grateful I am to just compete and take that as a learning lesson, and made myself better from it. Just more effort in small positions, and don't ever take anything for granted.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, we got one here in the middle.
Caleb, your pressure usually breaks a lot of kids in a lot of matches. Do you feel like that's your strength, and that is kind of what drives you in most of your matches? Is just late in the end, a lot of them just tend to break down most of the time. Do you think that kind of is what carries you for a lot of the time, or how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think a wrestling match isn't decided in the first 2 minutes. It's 7 minutes of war, and I'm just going to stay locked in for that 7, and whatever happens, happens. I'm just as good in the first minute as I am in the last 10 seconds. So it's just something that's part of my training, and my mindset is that I'm not going to fade, and if anything, I get better as the match goes on. But yeah, I think it's a good asset to have, and it's something I work hard for, and it's not all, but it's a lot in my wrestling.
Okay, anything else for Caleb? Not seeing any there.
Good. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.